Hello, everyone. Wow, there's many people joining us today. So my name is Crisia. I'm from Spain, and today Carlos Botero is joining us to speak about the University of Queensland. I'm gonna give 5 minutes so we give time to the rest of the people to join us. So if you would like to start sending us a message and telling us where are you based, from what country you are from, so you can see and meet you before the webinar. Come on, don't be shy. Italy. Perfect, Sarah. Thanks for joining us today. France. Perfect. So, Carlos, just to start, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, Croatia. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for to all Go Study team, of course. My name is Carlos Andrés Botero, and I work for the University of Queensland with the Department of Future International Student. And it's going to be my pleasure to present to you today, like all the opportunities that we have at the University of Queensland, of course, all our programs, how easy our admissions process is, and all the benefits, of course, of studying at UQ.
Beautiful, Carlos. Thank you so much. We're really lucky to have you today. Everyone will see after in your presentation that UQ is one of the most important universities in Australia. So we will learn a lot of things today. Just to explain a little bit how we are going to structure the webinar today. So first of all, I'm going to speak briefly about study and all our services. After that, Carlos is going to present the University of Queensland. He's going to speak about everything you need to know: locations, campuses, courses, scholarships. So please stay with us and don't miss all this relevant information. I know sometimes you could have questions during the webinar. So we have some people from Go Study answering your questions in the chat. So they could answer in Spanish, Italian, French, or even English. Sometimes you could ask really specific questions. So in that case, they will redirect you to someone else in the team to take your specific situation, your doubts, and answering in the best way. Also, at the end of the webinar, if we have some spare time, we will answer some of the questions. So now that we have some more people here, I'm going to start speaking about Go Study. So who are we? We are an educational organization with more than 19 years of experience in the sector. We are really proud to say that we help more than 45,000 students all around the world. So we have team members all around the world, but we are located in 11 different places around Australia, Europe, and Latin America. So if you contact us, someone from your own country, or at least someone that speaks your own language, will answer all your questions. Because, as I mentioned, we have people in Italy, France, Spain, Chile, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Japan. So what are the destinations that you can choose if you decide to travel to Australia? We can help you travel to any city in Australia, but it's true that we have physical offices in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. And I believe this is really relevant because if you have traveled abroad or if you are planning to do that, I believe it's really important to have someone in the city that you're going to travel that can help you face to face. If you have fears, if you have questions, you can just schedule a meeting with them, jump into the office, and they will be more than happy to support you. But if you decide to travel to any other city, we will provide you online support as well. Also in the same time zone that you are. That this is really important because for sure we are helping you now offshore, but once you're in Australia, it's really important to have someone in the same city or at least in the same time zone as I mentioned before to answer all your questions immediately. So I believe it's important to structure the travel journey in 3 different moments. Before traveling to Australia, once you arrive in Australia, and the moment that you believe or you decide to leave the country. So as I mentioned, when we spoke about the questions that you could have during the webinar, this is exactly the same that happens when you are preparing your trip. So we will have someone answering your questions and give you personal advice because each of you, you're different, your fears, your interests could be different. So the team will listen to you and provide you all the information to decide the best city, the best course, and the best school for you. After this, that I believe it's something really important, we will support you to apply for the visa. This is the most critical part of the process. The visa application is not that easy, so we will have visa experts checking your specific case, guiding you with the documents that you will need to apply for the visa, and making sure that the application is perfect. And also, I think it's really important that once you arrive to Australia, you could enjoy the moment and don't be stressed about finding a place to stay, like all these kind of things that could happen at the beginning. So we will support you to find accommodation before traveling to Australia, opening your bank account. You could join our WhatsApp groups, or even if you have silly questions before, like packing your luggage or anything, the team will be there to support you. So once you're in Australia, as I mentioned, you could jump into our offices and the team will be more than happy to provide you with a first meeting, giving you all the information that you could need. We prepare many events during the month. Some of them are more focused in helping you to find a job or other training sessions, but some of them are just for having fun, like to meet others, to meet other students that are in the same situation than you, and make sure that you feel you belong to a community. I believe this is important when you live far from home. And for sure, if you decide to stay longer in Australia, our team will be happy to support you and find again, as you did before traveling to Australia, find the most suitable study plan for you. If you decide that you would like to leave Australia, that your time is over, you could for sure become an ambassador. We have an amazing ambassador program. So if you are happy with our services, you could recommend it to your friends, to your community, and you could earn some money doing that. And we will help you as well with all this kind of paperwork that you need to do before leaving Australia. And for sure, you could try and join the team because all the Go Study team members have lived and experienced abroad. So we will be more than happy to welcome you in the team. Now, Carlos, would you like to explain a little bit more about the University of Queensland?
Sure, Krisha. Thanks for the introduction. Thanks for letting us know about all the services, of course, that you provide to our students. So I am planning to start this presentation just letting you know a bit more about me. So I was as well an international student many years ago. I went to Australia to study. I was lucky enough to start working for the same institution at that time, and it's an amazing place to go live and study, because you can actually have a very good balance between all the three things. So I am not sure if the students here are aware, but in Australia, while you study, you are able to work part-time, which is a very good benefit that the country offers, of course, to all the students. And usually when you see like the amount of hours that you can work as a student, that you are allowed to work part-time, but you usually get, I would say 25 up, I mean, $25 to $30 is probably the average, but you can earn more than that. But only with that money, I would say you could cover pretty much all your living expenses, which is something very good. After I graduate, or after students graduate, they are able to apply for the post-study work visa. And of course, I know this is going to be a very good investment for the students. It's a long-term plan or journey for the students when they decide to go and study abroad. So Australia as a country has many benefits for the students, not to mention that it's a very multicultural place. So it's the perfect place to go and meet people from everywhere. So starting with that, I'm going to start showing you of course, the university, like all the benefits that we have. So let me share my screen. Okay. Perfect.
Beautiful, Carlos.
Perfect. So it has a couple of videos that hopefully you will enjoy a lot. So the first thing that you need to know about the University of Queensland is that it's a very prestigious university in the world. We are part of something that is called the Group of 8 in Australia. So the Group of 8 universities are the top ranked universities, are research intensive universities. And we are the only one, like the only member of this group that it's located in the state of Queensland, okay? So these universities, as I mentioned, like are pretty much the universities where everyone wants to go and study. It's pretty much like the Russell Group, I would say, in the UK. So the partnerships that we have with the industry, with other universities around the world are very, very powerful. So that will give you like a very, like I would say, an extraordinary experience while you are studying. So to start, I will show you this short video about UQ and I would say the research topics that we in the areas that we're working at the university. Okay, so you could see there some of the facilities that we have at the university, and of course, some of the research areas in the areas we're working at the moment. So just to let you know, this is the map of Australia, of course, and this is the state of Queensland. For the ones who like the beaches, so this is where the Great Barrier Reef is located. We are not far from Cairns, from Byron Bay, from Gold Coast. So if you like sun and beaches, this is one of the best places to go and live, I would say, in Australia. All our campuses are located in the state of Queensland. So we have in total 4 campuses. And we have very strong research institutes like worldwide known, worldwide known. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know is that Brisbane is the capital of the state. It was ranked as one of the top study destinations in the world, and it's I would say it's the third largest city in the country. So the cost of living for the students, it's very good. It's not as expensive as it is living in Sydney or in Melbourne. And the good thing is that if you put that in a balance, like the savings, like with living in Brisbane, so you can pretty much save to go and travel within the country, or maybe go to the Southeast Asia region. So those are some of the benefits. The cost of the transport in Brisbane at the moment is only 50 cents. So if you want to go every single weekend to the Gold Coast, it's only going to cost you 50 cents. And that's something very, very useful. It gives you a lot of freedom, I would say, like that cost with the transportation. The other thing that is very important is, of course, the cost of accommodation. And as I said, is way cheaper than is living in the other two cities. Okay. So it's a very, I would say, it's a very like modern city. So you are able to take the ferry to go, for example, to the campus. You go in the Brisbane River and you take the ferry and to the campus. You can take the bus. You can take the train to go to Gold Coast, and of course to move in the city as the same. The city is gonna host the Olympic Games in 2032. So this, of course, the country is preparing for it many years in advance. So this comes with many good job opportunities for the students. Okay, so if you're planning to go, of course, study, work part-time, this is one of the best destinations, I would say, for you. The other thing is that we are located, if you saw the map, we're located a bit further north in the map of Australia. So the climate, it's very convenient, I would say. Like it's one of the cities with more sunshine during the year, and it's a kind of a subtropical region. So it's very nice for the students, because when the seasons changes, it like they're not that dramatic, of course, the changes. So it tends to be very warm during the year. So if you like I would say summer or spring, summertime, this is one of the best cities to go and live. So this is just to give you an idea of where we are. So now we're gonna start talking a bit more about the university. So the first thing that you need to know is that we were recently ranked as the #1 Australian university by Time magazine, and we were ranked top 30 in the world. There are many ranks available for you to go and check. So this is just one of the rankings. This one, you need to, of course, when you go and check the rankings, you need to know what they're ranking. So this one, it's focused on the innovation, of course, of the universities, and how well connected is the university with the industry. So to give you an idea, we are the Australian university that has won more teaching awards, okay? That's very important, because it's very, it's strongly connected to the experience that you're gonna live while you're a student, okay? The other thing that is very important, as I was mentioning early with my presentation, is like once you graduate, if you want to stay a bit longer in Australia, you could apply for the post-study work visa. And within the group of 8 universities, we have the best employment rate for the group of 8 universities upon graduation. So these other rankings that you see here, as you could see in all of those, we rank very high as well. So these are our world rankings, okay? So for example, in the QS ranking, we rank 42 in the world, US News Best Global University 43, in the academic ranking of world universities or ranking of Shanghai 63, but #2 in Australia. And all those rankings, they assess, of course, different things, but I would say they are research focused. So the number of papers that the university has, or how what's the impact of the research that the university is doing. So And of course, like if the university is multicultural or not, those are some of the indicators that are assessed within those rankings, okay? But it's just to show you how prestigious the university is if you compare it to many other universities in the world. So then I would say that's the global ranking, but more important than that, it's to focus, I would say, in the specific rankings. So the rankings that assess your area of studies. So you will see that this is one of the strongest points, I would say, with the University of Queensland, because we are not only good as a university as a whole, but we are very good in many specific areas. And if you see those specific areas, we rank very well in business, in science, in engineering, in health science, in humanities as well. Okay, so pretty much in all our faculties, we have programs that rank as #1 in Australia or in the top 3 or 5 in Australia. Chemical engineering, for example, we are 39 in the world, but #1 in Australia. Business, we are the top 3 school in Australia, top 30 in business administration in the world. Everything that is related to environmental studies, conservation, ecology, biotechnology, we are the #1 in Australia, agricultural sciences. So as you could see here, we rank very high in many different areas, okay? My recommendation here is, of course, for you to go and talk to Go Study and check, of course, the programs that are relevant for you. But for example, if you want to give a change, for example, to your career, if you graduate in business, but now you are thinking about working in IT, that's a possibility with us. So you can do, for example, the Master of IT with us, or you can do the Master of Biotechnology, because many of our master's degree allowed you to come with a different background, okay? So that's something very, very relevant if you, as I said, if you want to give a change. Of course, if you want to upskill in the same area of your studies, you are also welcome to do it, okay?
Carlos, and
So,
also
yes.
I wanted to mention, sorry for interrupting you, Carlos, is that taking all the numbers that you share, we are not just speaking about studying in Australia. We're speaking about studying in one of the best universities in the world. So every student is not going to leave the country just with a diploma, bachelor degree, or like a certificate. They are going to finish a study that is going to open many doors all around the world because of the place that they have studied.
Exactly. And something that it's, for example, if you go and check those specific areas, sometimes you could go and see that maybe we rank even higher, for example, than Oxford, than Cambridge, than Complutense, like that many universities that you have in your head, and you were not thinking about going to Australia because you were not aware of all the quality of education over there. You were not aware of the quality of UQ. So that gives you an important perspective, of course.
And before you move forward, Carlos, sorry, in one of your slides, you mentioned as well that the Olympic Games are going to be hosted in Brisbane in the next, 8 years. And I believe this is also really important because if you study now in the University of Queensland, the job perspectives that you could find in the city are going to be huge in the next years because of the infrastructure and all the plans that the city has for that moment.
Exactly. So for students who are planning to start now, like the possibilities to find an employment like a casual job while you study are huge, and of course once you graduate are even better. So yeah, it's a very good moment to go and decide to go in Brisbane.
Beautiful.
So I'm gonna show you a bit more about our campuses because this is, I would say, one of the most attractive things about the university. So if you see here, this is like the Brisbane city center. So in one of the previous slides, you probably saw some of the buildings. So those buildings are the ones located over here. This is the Brisbane River, and the campus goes from up this part of the river. So you see the river over here. So the university goes from this part of the river down to this part of the river. Okay, so everything in here is like pretty much like a mini city, you know. Everything is the university campus. So these are where the students come and take, of course, all the classes. Here is if you want to live on campus, you could live on campus over here. So there are many places here to choose. Here are all the sports facilities, and it's massive. So we have, of course, pool. We have over 20 different tennis courts. If you like soccer, rugby, cricket, whatever. So we have it pretty much everything at UQ. If you like rowing, so you have the river to go and do rowing. So it's really nice. It's a very nice experience. Okay?
It's amazing. It looks like one of the universities that we watch in movies.
Yeah. No, it's an amazing place. We have the lakes. So the lakes, it's a great place. So after you go and take your classes, you go to the lakes area and you could relax, be in contact with nature. So that's something, those are things that you want to do while you're studying. Okay. And from the city center, it's only 20 minutes away. So there are students who decide to come and live over here. Of course, they might get a job here, like close to the city center. So it's not far to go and take the classes. And there are some students who live in the surroundings, so not far from the city, maybe 5-10 minutes away, or they could live pretty much in Gold Coast. And if they want to commute every day or every 2 days to the university, of course, depend on the classes that you're having, but it's only gonna cost you 50 cents and you will be living in the beach. So it's a great place to come and live. Okay. We also have the Harrison campus. So the Harrison campus is where we have the programs related to health science. So we have here the dental school, we have the medicine school, and we have the public health school. And this is only 5 minutes away. So it's like pretty much in this area here. And there are also some accommodation options not far from this. When I say not far, it means 5 minutes, 5 minutes away from the campus. The other campus that we have is Gatton, which is located an hour away. So there are options to move, to take a bus, like a free transportation, a shuttle that will take you from our campus to Gatton campus. But here in this campus, this campus, it's only for students who are doing agricultural science or animal sciences. As I said, we rank #1 in Australia in these fields. The employment rate is huge. Like last time I talked to the faculty, they mentioned that it was 96% in the next 4 months after you graduate. And the average income, it's really good. It's like over 90K per year. Okay. So it pays really well, like these specific areas. And finally, we have the Dutton Park. The Dutton Park, it's located on the other side of the bridge. So let me just go back. When I say the bridge, it means this one. So Dutton Park, it's over here. So here is where we have our pharmacy school. And we have the PACE, it's called Pharmaceutical Australian Centre of Excellence, which is one of the most important research centers in pharmacy in Australia, and it's part of the University of Queensland. And we are building pretty much like a hub of biotechnology in this area, which is one of the most important areas at the university. And as I said, it's one of the most prestigious universities to go and study in the world, this area. Okay, for the students who don't know, we, like academics from the University of Queensland, were the ones that developed the vaccine for cervical cancer. So just to give you an idea of how strong our research area is. So if you want to come and see like the different facilities that we have, of course, here in the presentation, you were only able to see some of the buildings and some pictures of it. But if you want to see how the campus are on the inside through the virtual tours, you could do it. Okay, so I'm gonna share this short video from a student like in Europe who decided to come and do with us the study abroad program. But of course, we have that option, the study abroad option. But if you want to come and do the bachelor's degree with us, the master's degree with us, or PhD with us, you will see here after this video some options for it. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's not working.
If it's not working, Carlos, we could share it after the.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about it.
So
yeah, maybe at the end, if we have time, I can share it with you. So let me start with the faculties that we have. So the first one is the Faculty of Business, Economics, and Law. So those are some of the numbers. Of course, in the faculty, we have over 8,000 international students. And these are the options that we have for undergrad in the area of business. So we have the Bachelor of Business Management, Bachelor of Commerce, Economics, Tourism. And in the postgraduate level, we have pretty much the same kind of area. So we have Business, Commerce, Tourism, Hotel, and Event Management. And for laws, we have the Bachelor of Laws, the Master of Laws. We have International Relations as part for students, for example, who want to go who come from law and want to focus in a master's in international relations, they could do it. We have the Bachelor of Economics and the Master of Economics. We have the Master of Governance and Public Policy, the Master of International Economics and Finance, and the Master of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Okay, so those are the areas that we have. One thing that it's very important for you to know is that if you're planning to come and do the bachelor's with us, the bachelor's at UQ, in these areas are 3 years. So in 3 years, you graduate. The only exception for it are the Bachelor of Laws, which is a 4-year program. But in the rest of the programs, you will be able to find 3-year programs. And the beauty of it is that you can choose to do 2 majors within your studies. So for example, if you want to come and do the Bachelor of Business Management, you could focus in business economics and in innovation and entrepreneurship. So the ones over here are the majors that we have in each one of the courses. Now, if we go and see or if we go and check the postgraduate programs, so for example, in business, we have the option, if you come from a different discipline, if you graduate, I don't know, as a psychologist, and you want to come and do the Master of Business, for example, you could do it in human resources. That's an option for you. And you could come from a different discipline. If you graduate already in business, but you want to upskill in the same area of business, again, you could come and do a 2-year master's with us, and you can take classes from like focusing one of the areas that you see here, for example, focusing international business, and take classes from the other courses that are here. So you will be able to take some courses from advertising or from supply chain management, and then do your focus in one of the areas that it will be international business. Okay. The same with tourism and hotel management, the same with economics, like that program in economics also have some fields of study or specializations, okay? And the entrepreneurship and innovation one also has 8 different specializations for you to choose. So I would say the most popular programs are the Master of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, which is a 1.5-year program, the Master of Laws, which is again a 1 to 1.5. So that's, and I'm going to talk a bit more about it, because you will be able to find programs that are 1.5 years, and 2 years. If your aim is to go and stay a bit longer in Australia, you should go for the 2-year option. If you are planning just to go do your master's with us, take a very good degree back home, probably a shorter version of the same program would be the ideal for you. So you could go and maybe see or check if some of the programs have that version, because not all of them have the 2 durations, okay? So for the Master of Business, 1.5 years or 2 years, the Master of Economics, 1.5 year and 2 years, International Economics and Finance, and of course the Bachelor of Business Management, which is a 3-year program. okay? If we talk about engineering, architecture, and information technology, so you will see that within the bachelor of, or the bachelors that we have in this area are the bachelors of engineering. And this one has many different options for you to choose. So you could do it in civil engineering, in chemical engineering, in mechanical engineering, in mechatronic engineering, in software engineering, and you could specialize within those areas as well. So you will be able, for example, doing your Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering with a major in Environmental Engineering. Or you could go, for example, you could do the Bachelor of Chemical Engineering with a major in Environmental Engineering. So you will be approaching the same area, for example, Environmental Engineering, from two different perspectives. If you want to work with sustainable buildings or sustainable infrastructure, so you will be doing civil and environmental. But if you want to do bioprocess or bioprocess or biochemistry, for example, you probably will be doing a Bachelor of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, and Environmental Engineering as a major, okay? So having the option of a specialized within your bachelor's, it's something that students really like. The other thing that students really like is that those programs have, for example, internships embedded in the programs. So you will need to have some industry experience while you are studying. That's compulsory, for example, for the Bachelor of Engineering. Again, like as part of the program, because it's an honors degree, you need to do research as part of the program, okay? And we have the 3-year, I would say, options, which is the Bachelor of Design, Architectural Design, Information Technology, and Computer Science. All those programs are 3-year long, okay? For the postgraduate, we have pretty much, I would say, the same options in engineering. So you could do your master's in civil, in mechanical, in water engineering, in materials engineering. So all, again, like all those programs have the option of doing the industry placement while you are studying, okay? The other option for students, it's doing something that is called engineering science management. And this program, instead of doing research, you will be replacing that research component with management units, okay? Which is something that students really like. We have the Master of Urban Development Design, the Master of Architecture that allows you to register as an architect, like accredited architect in Australia once you graduate. The Master of Data Science, which is one of the most comprehensive data science programs in Australia. The Master of Cybersecurity, that again has 3 different areas to specialize. And one of the students, like very relevant for the market nowadays, and that students really like, is the Master of Sustainable Energy or the Master of Sustainable Energy Management, okay? If we start looking on the programs for the Faculty of the Social Sciences, so we have the the Master of Education, and we also have the Bachelor of Primary Education and Secondary Education. We have the Master of Communication and the Bachelor of Arts. So if you are into the like arts, for us, it's pretty much everything that is related to humanities. So this program, the Bachelor of Arts, is one of the most attractive programs for the student because it has over 40 different majors for you to choose. So for example, here in this program, you could do politics and economics as part of the program, or politics and journalism, or international studies and sports studies. So it's very flexible. It's, I would say, it's one of the most interesting programs for students to check, because you will be graduating with a very unique career profile. We also have the Bachelor of Criminology and Criminal Justice, which is also a major within the Bachelor of Arts. So if you only want to focus in criminology, I would recommend you to go for the Bachelor of Criminology. But if, for example, if you want to work with how the criminals, I would say, think, so you go and check psychology and criminology, okay? So that could be a very nice mix of majors that you could choose. We have also the Bachelor of Communication. And the good thing is that, for example, within this one is if you want to work with digital media, or if you work with the strategic communication. So those are the fields of study that you can choose. And again, we have those same fields of study or specializations for the master option. We have as well the Master of International Relations, and we have a program that I didn't put it here, but students really like it because it's a dual master's. So in 2 years, the students graduate with both masters, and it's the Master of International Relations and the Master of Peace and Conflict Studies. For that one, you need to come from a relevant discipline, so you need to graduate to be graduated in humanities, I would say, and if you graduate in that area, you could choose that 2-year master's, okay? Now we're gonna start talking about health, behavioral science, and medicine. Of course, these programs, I would say, are probably the ones that are a bit more tricky for the admissions process, because you need to deal with patients, so the requirement for English is a bit higher, okay? Pretty much in all the programs that you need to deal with patients. If you go, for example, for public health, for epidemiology, for pharmacy studies, the English requirements are similar to the rest of our programs. But if you go to psychology, if you go to dentistry, if you go to audiology or nursing, so the requirement for English is going to be a bit higher, okay? Some of those programs as well have something that is called quotas, which means that we only accept a limited number of students. But this pretty much happens with health and behavioral sciences programs. So if you're going to business, if you're going to engineering, as long as you meet the entry requirements, you will be admitted. With the programs over here, you will likely be competing with other students, okay? So there are more things, I would say, that we will be paying attention during the application process, okay? And as you could see, the offer is very wide, so I'm not gonna mention all of them, but you probably saw them already, okay? The most popular ones are the Bachelor of Exercise and Sport Sciences. As I mentioned earlier, we rank #2 in the world in sport sciences. It's a 4-year program. It's a very practical program as well. We have the Bachelor of Biomedical Science. So if you want to go into the medicine, but no really dealing with patients, but more into the research component, like working with stem cells, so this is probably the best program for you. We have the Master of Nursing, the Master of Public Health, that it's ideal for students who graduate already in the area of health sciences, or the Master of Social Work, okay? Many of our programs are also qualifying, and by qualifying, it means that it will help you to be accredited in Australia to practice in the field that you want to do. So, for example, we have the Master of Physiotherapy Studies that will allow you to work as a physiotherapist in Australia. The Master of Nursing Studies that will allow you to work as a nurse in Australia. Okay. So for science, I would say in most of the areas over here, we are the #1 choice in Australia, and we are, I would say, among the most prestigious universities in the world. So in agriculture, in biotechnology, in conservation, in ecology, and environmental science, food science technology, water resources. So the most popular one for undergrad students, there are 2 programs that I really like. One of them is the Bachelor of Science. It has close to 26 different fields of study for you to choose. So for example, if you want to do biochemistry and genetics, that program has it. If you want to do marine biology and environmental studies, that would be the program for you. And in marine biology, we have amazing facilities for you to check. So we're going to talk a bit more about the master's program. So the Master of Conservation Biology, we have an option that it's a 1 year or the 1.5 years option. But this 1.5 year option, it's 1.5 years, but it has the component or the academic component of a 2-year master's program, which means that once you graduate, if you want to apply for the post-study work visa, you will be able to do it, because it's the component of like the number of subjects is the equivalent to a year program. Okay, we have the Master of Environmental Management, which is a very strong program of the university. It has an internship if you want to be in contact with a company or with the real work while you're studying, so you can choose to do that specific unit. And the Master of Biotechnology that has 5 different specializations. We have the same like Master of Biotechnology Research Extensive. If you're planning to do maybe like a PhD once you finish that program, that's the best program for you to check. So the areas where you can specialize with the biotechnology program, it's animal biotechnology, plants and agricultural biotechnology, synthetic biology, molecular imaging biotechnology, and medical biotechnology. Okay, so that would be pretty much it. I mean, not all the programs, but some of the most popular ones. Of course, we have the Master of Food Science, the Master of Bioinformatics, and many more. So just to give you an idea, yes?
You explain all of them in an amazing way, but I believe after you speak, it's important to repeat that every case is different, and you offer really flexible, as you mentioned, study opportunities. So they could choose the length of the studies. They could mix different field of studies and personalize the study program. So that's one of the reason why it's important to contact us as well, because we could check your specific requirements. We could speak with Carlos, with the university, to make sure that you are eligible for this kind of course and prepare your personalized study plan.
Excellent, thanks, Tricia. So just to show you, like, like when we talk about like how practical the model is, it's not only like that specific course that you take at the end of your program. Like you will see that it's very strongly connected with the real world, like from the first semester. So for example, this is for the environmental studies, and as you could see, 40% of the courses include sub-work integrated learning component. Okay, so it's very practical, the way the students study at the UQ. For example, for students who are planning to go into the marine biology or conservation, so Heron Island is a research station that we have here in the Great Barrier Reef. We also have a research station here in Moreton Bay, which is quite close, which is really close to Brisbane. It's an island like 45 minutes away from Brisbane. Okay, and here you could see, for example, if you decide to go into this area, this is just to give you an idea, because the same, like we could do the same with each specific course at the university, but we cannot talk about all of them. So just to give you an idea, so for example, if you go and decide to go and do something related to environmental studies, these are the possible career outcomes. These are the average income. So the average, and that's from 2 years ago, I think 83,000. So it probably increase a bit more than that. The maximum 95 up to 100,000. And of course, if you, for example, go and see engineering, it's the maximum, I would say, is 120, 140K. Okay. So yeah, it like our degrees will allow you to take you to the career that, in a sort of way that you're aiming to. So the process is really simple. So the ideal is that you go and check with Go Study what are all the options. Like applying to our university has a fee of 150 Australian dollars, but if you apply through Go Study, you will be able to apply for 100 Australian dollars. So it's really simple. So the process is really simple. So the ideal is that you go and check with Go Study what are all the options. Like applying to our university has a fee of 150 Australian dollars, but if you apply through Go Study, you won't need to pay for that, okay? Then you will get a conditional offer or an unconditional offer. And depending on that, of course, the agency will will help you with certifying the documents if it's needed. They will know like everything about how the process with the university is. So once you submit the documents, depending on how complete the documents are, I would say, you might be able to receive the scholarship. So we have 3 different scholarships that I will show you later on. But my recommendation is to check, of course, the entry requirements for each specific program, okay? It's very easy if you compare it to universities in the US, in UK, or in Canada. It's way easier. I don't know how it works with universities in the other countries in Europe, but as long as you meet the right grades and I would say the right English level, you could come and study with us, okay? Even if you don't meet the language requirements, you could come and do a package program with us, which means that you could start with your English, improve your English, and then move on into the master's or into the bachelor's degree, which is a very flexible option for you to do as well. So when we talk about scholarships, we have these 3 different scholarships. So we have the High Achievers Scholarship, which is for all of them, you are automatically assessed. So we just check your GPA, and if you are above the minimum requirement, so you will get the 20% reduction. The other one is the UQ International Excellence Scholarship, which is a 25%, but the GPA required, it's way higher, okay? For the High Achievers one, you also need to check if your country is listed as one of the countries for the High Achievers, because not all the countries in the world are included in the High Achievers one. For the International Excellence, all the countries are included in that one. And for the UQ Science, this is, for example, a specific faculty scholarship that we have, but sometimes the Faculty of Business has a scholarship for MBAs, or it depends, like from time to time, the faculties releases some specific scholarships, but the amount it's smaller, or if you compare it to the High Achievers. So I would always recommend you to go for one of these 2, okay? And as I said, it's automatically. So you don't need to submit an essay, or you don't need to prove that you have work experience or anything like that. If your grades are good enough, you might be able to get one of those 2 scholarships, okay? So the other thing that it's important while you are studying, it's that you will have a strong support in the university to be connected with the industry. The way we do it is we have a career center. One of the programs that the career center has is the Employability Award. This is a free program for all the students, and you are welcome to do it like during your studies at any time, okay? It can take you a year, it can take you 6 months, but the idea is that you develop with this program all the soft skills. So we know that our students are going to be very well prepared, like with the technical skills, with the mental skills, with the academic skills, once they go into the industry. But it's very important for you to develop as well the soft skills. So how to present yourself if you're going for an interview, how to look for a job, where to look for a job, because you will be able to find jobs pretty much once you graduate from UQ anywhere in the world, okay? So the idea is that you develop all these skills while you are studying. The other thing is that, of course, the sport facilities. So if you want to have fun, if you want to meet mates that do the same sports that you practice, so you will have all the options at UQ, of course. And if you want to live on campus, we have plenty of options to live on campus. Some of them include meals, some of them are self-serve, so you will need to, of course, like you decide to live in a building. Usually UQRS are the ones who have this option, and then the kitchen and all the social areas will be shared with other students. And we have over 220 different clubs for you to go and join. I would recommend to all students to at least join 2 to 3 of these clubs, at least one of them academic, so students who are studying the same thing that you're doing, and ideally the other 2 could be an sport or students who share your same interest. So, for example, if you are into photography or dancing, you could go and join one of those teams. There are one that I really like, that is UQ Escape, because those students arrange trips during the semester, and they go and, like do, for example, if they want to go to Cairns, so they arrange the trip, and all of them are going to be UQ students, and the fees are better. Of course, they get better deals for the students to do it, and it's very good fun for them to do it. So that would be pretty much it. Of course, we have the student support if you feel homesick, if you're missing home, or if you are having some issues maybe with academics. The support team is going to help you with everything. And finally, this is for you. If you want to scan that QR code, it will take you to our study guide, so you could see, or you could check there all our programs. And if you want to send us an email, that would be our email. But of course, the first point of contact, I would say, is through Go Study, because they know as well all our programs and our admissions process. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Amazing, Carlos. I believe the presentation was really, really complete, and it also gives the vibes that you don't only offer study options, you offer a complete experience. Like they study in the university, but they join the clubs. Luis, as you mentioned, it's like a small city where they can experience all the Australian life. So I'm not really sure if someone has question. We're almost running out of time, but I believe everything was really clear, because we don't have any specific questions at this stage. Anyway, we will share this recording as soon as we finalize the webinar. If you would like to know more about a specific course, you would like us to evaluate your profile and find the best study plan, we will be more than happy to do it. As I mentioned, we could count also with Carlos. He also shared his email address with you. So we are ready to help you to prepare your study experience in Australia. Thank you so much, Carlos, for joining us.
Patricia, thanks to you.
Today.
Thanks to all the team. It was a pleasure to be here with you this evening, I think, afternoon, evening in Europe. Yeah. So yeah, no, if you need anything from my end, just let me know, and hope to get many of your students at UQ.
Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone for joining us today. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.